Friends, today I am with you with a topic which is not directly given in the PTET or CTET syllabus, but which I personally think that it plays a great role to become you a very popular teacher, or to get the maximum from the students and to give them the maximum, or to love the teaching career as your most favorite career profession. Teaching since ages has been an honorable profession, especially for ladies. Why? Because a great responsibility is on the shoulder of the teachers, and teacher has always commanded a respect, unparalleled respect, huge respect, commanded, not demanded, from students, from society, and from parents. Why? Because he is considered to be the architect of child's destiny. He is a potter who always thumbs the pot from inside and guards it from outside to mold it into a perfect shape. So the role of a teacher is of utmost significance. So today I come to the topic without wasting any time. I want to discuss the role of a teacher as a psychologist. Dear friends, it is very important for all of us that we should peep into the mind of the child. While I was in KV, one of our education officer, in his address, asked us that you can be the best teacher if you see the eye of your own child in the student's eye. Means the oneness, the bonding, the belongingness with the student as your own child. That is to peep deep into his psychology. Because while teaching in the class, it's a group of 40, 50, 30, 20 students. So all the children have different psychology. And it is very important that the teacher should know the psychology. To some extent it's not possible, but there are certain children who need to be given proper attendance. Yes, we must know what are the aspirations of the child, what are his expectations from you, how he responds to the activity, his behavior with his group, with his friends, with his peer group, his behavior with the teachers, with adults, his aptitude or attitude. In other words, a teacher should always be a good psychologist. For this purpose, I am going to give only 2 examples from my teaching during last year, recent teaching. I won't name the boy. In 11th class, I came across a boy who was very restless, never used to sit in the class, always demanding my attention. After every 5 minutes he wanted, "Ma'am, should I go out? "Ma'am, should I drink water?" I observed him for a few days, and then one day I sat with him and asked him, "Friends, you won't believe, if I had not assisted the boy, I don't know what would have been in store for him." He, such a boy, such an active boy, such a restless boy, always happy. But when I talked to him, he said, "Ma'am, क्या रखा है जिंदगी में? I want to commit suicide." I was really shocked what he was saying. Then I took him in confidence, asked him what was the cause. I don't want to disclose it before you. Slowly and steadily, he became my friend. He sat very quietly, attentively, started listening to my lessons, my lectures, and he was totally changed. He started to take interest in the studies also. Now he is abroad in Australia, leading a very normal life. So at that time, if I had not seen, I had not peeped into his psychology, God knows what could happen. Second example. It is my good luck that wherever I teach, wherever I go to the class responds in such a way that there is pin drop silence. It is not my deliberate intention, but I don't know why is it so. One day I was teaching in the class. There was pin drop silence. Students were listening to me. I was teaching prose extract. All 100% students have their books. Suddenly my eyes fell on the last bench. A boy was writing something. He was not paying attention to me and writing something in his notebook. I went to him in a very angry mood. I snatched the copy and took it. I didn't say anything and took it and put it on my table. Then after the class, I started teaching again. Then after the class, the boy came to me. This is also the incident of 11th class. I asked him, he felt sorry. I asked him, "Why weren't you paying attention?" He said, "Ma'am, this was the best time for me to utilize my hobby." I asked him what was his hobby. He said, "Ma'am, singing, and I was composing a song. I was writing a song. Because it was pin drop silence, so I took advantage of that." Then I counseled him, advised him that he can carry on with his hobby, but this classroom was not the right place to write the songs. Luckily, he listened to me, and afterwards he took interest in the studies. Now he has appeared in the 12th class. Let's see what result he has got. So these are my two experiences, personal experiences, where there are so many can be multiplied. So many numbers, thousands, but daily we experience. But when we take the things as a my advice to you is that don't be professional. Teaching is not a commercial or professional thing. It is just a service. Service to the students, service to the humanity, service to the future generation. And it is my humble request to all the teachers that when you join this profession, you must be kind, considerate, and involve yourself as a role model for your students. And you will see how much respect they give you. So, teacher psychology is off the record subject which must be paid attention. Psychology of the child must be, as we see the psychology of our own children, and those parents who don't bother to read about the mind of the child, they get a sorry figure. So it is my advice to all the teachers that they must be the second parents to the students in real sense. And you will see the results. You will enjoy. As you enjoy the other things, you will enjoy that if we groom the children, if we save the lives of children, then it will be a very great solace for all of us. So, the duty of a teacher is to perform his duties with dedication, with missionary zeal, spirit, and with a purpose to lead the children to the greatest heights. Wish you all good luck.